You ever start something with literally nothing behind you? No audience, no following, no clue if anyone's even gonna show up. That's kind of where I was a few months back with this channel. Just me, a blank page, and this nagging feeling of, okay, now what? And I remember scrolling through course after course trying to figure out how social media actually works. Not the surface level stuff, but the actual mechanics behind why some pages blow up and others just sit there. And that's when I found this course from Lung, and it kind of hit different. Now this one's a bit of a deep dive, so I'm splitting it into two parts so it doesn't turn into some hour-long info dump. This first part's gonna cover the 6 core elements she teaches. Part 2's where we get into the practical side, actually applying it. So stick with me for this one and come back for the next. Alright, let's get into it. I've gone through a lot of social media courses at this point, and honestly I haven't found one better than this course from Lung. Dot's real name is actually Dorothy, and Lung means dragon in Mandarin. She's worked with brands like Wix, Digital Design Days, and Motionographer, and she's built her entire career around understanding exactly how social media works. But before any of that, she tells this story about moving from LA to Barcelona 8 years ago. She didn't know anyone there, didn't speak the language, didn't even have a real plan. And she says that's basically what starting a new Instagram page feels like. 0 followers, 0 likes, just a big blank canvas staring back at you. Some people find that terrifying. She found it exciting, a chance to start over and build something from scratch. And that mindset is exactly why her course works. She took everything she's learned building brands online and turned it into something she calls the Dragon Formula. 6 elements that basically build the perfect storm of content. We're going to break down her 6 elements today. Dialogue, relatability, authenticity, giving value, opinion, and niche. That's literally where the name comes from. But before any of that works, she says you first need to know one thing. What the heck does your brand actually stand for? Once you know that, you're ready to build the dragon. Let's get into it. Element 1. Dialogue. Social media is dialogue, not a monologue. Think about it. As cavemen, we told stories around a fire. When the internet showed up, we told those same stories on blogs. Now we tell them through posts and stories and reels. The medium changes, but it's still just people talking to people. So if you want to master social media, you actually have to master the art of conversation. Ask open-ended questions. Actually dig deeper instead of just skimming the surface. Don't dominate the conversation and make it all about you, because a monologue isn't a conversation. Show genuine interest in other people. Keep an open mind because everyone's allowed to have their own opinion even if you don't agree with it. There's a quote from Truman Capote that Dot uses here, and it's a good one. A conversation is a dialogue, not a monologue. That's why there are so few good conversations, because two intelligent talkers rarely meet. Element 2. Relatability. Here's a simple rule. The more relatable you are, the more likes you're gonna get. That's really it. When your content is relatable, it stays relevant, and that's what makes it evergreen. Content that doesn't die, doesn't expire, keeps getting found by new people months later. Element 3. Authenticity. We're living in a world full of fake news and filtered everything, so being real actually matters more than it ever has. Your vibe attracts your tribe. It sounds like a cliche, but it's true, because if you're being fake, you're gonna attract fake followers, or even worse, the wrong followers entirely. So be transparent about your brand and about who you actually are. Element 4. Giving value. Social media marketing really comes down to one question. What value are you actually providing? And giving value can look like a bunch of things. Educating people, entertaining them, triggering a reaction, inspiring someone, connecting with them, creating an actual conversation, giving away freebies, generating leads. Dot's advice here is almost uncomfortable. Give all your secrets away. Teach the world what you know, because that's how you build expertise, that's how you actually change someone's life, make a positive impact, help people learn something new, and grow your audience in the process.
1 million.
Element 5. Opinion. Having an actual opinion is what increases engagement. The beliefs you hold show your audience what you stand for and why. It gives context to everything else you post. And yeah, it can be polarizing. That's kind of the point, because that's how you pull in your raving fans. Don't be afraid to be controversial or share an unpopular opinion. If you genuinely believe in what you're sharing, sure, you might trigger a few people, but you'll attract way more people who actually resonate with you. Element 6. Niche clarity. And this might be the most important one. Everyone is not your customer. A niche is just a smaller group of people who share a common value or interest. Comic book lovers, fishing enthusiasts, flower arranging specialists. Niches can get extremely specific, and that's actually a great thing for your business because there's riches in the niches. Dot's advice is to go an inch wide and a mile deep. So ask yourself, what's the content you genuinely love to consume yourself? Who is it actually for? What problems do they have? How does your content solve those problems? And even bigger than that, what's the legacy you want to leave behind when you're gone? So that's dialogue, relatability, authenticity, giving value, opinion, and niche. 6 elements, 1 dragon. And that's part 1 done. Part 2 is where we get into the practical side, actually putting the dragon into action. Content calendars, carousel posts, the PPPP story selling method, captions, and how to actually measure if any of this is working. If you found this useful, stick around because part 2 is where it really gets practical. Join me for that one.